Oh my God, we're doing it. Ah!
This week, the gag is, bitch, but daddy, I love him.
She really said, Belle had a crush one time and let's just dust these off and bring it out again.
Look, only me would full on transition just to fall in love with my gay best friend.
Cause I'm no superhero.
Also, I was thinking about the fact that we've talked about this for a while, but now, like, literally, I was like taking the view and thinking, oh my God, this is like our lives 2.0, or maybe even like 3.0 from where, for me personally, 2.0, maybe for you, 3.0 from where we were in the year of 2018 when all this started, and we just were.
I think I was a prostitute.
She really had to say that. She really had to say that.
3.0.
Listen, you were doing contract work. You were freelancing.
Okay, yeah, I was personal assistant.
You were freelancing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had side gigs. And I kind of let it all get to my head. Now I think I'm big and bad and can fall in love with whoever I want.
You are big and bad and can't fall in whoever. I'm not like literally in that order.
Okay, so we're back on the podcast. Welcome to the Gag Is.
Wait, no, don't do that. Don't like smooth over that, because we all know that this really means the joke we've made forever when we've talked multiple times about coming back is we're back again. Quadruple backs.
Every time we record a pod,
it's a quadruple back.
We're back. Yeah. We've never been like, hey, it's been a week.
This is the official rebrand, relaunch. We were like, we've talked even about this moment for probably the past 18 months.
I think two.
And here we are. Yeah. But has one fucking crush, decides, all right, pull the shit out, kid. Time to go.
I gotta talk about my crush.
Right.
I've never had a crush before.
This entire pod is really at your whim. So here we are.
And it's a spicy crush that's gonna get me in a lot of trouble. So I thought, let's talk about it on the pod.
So this week the gag is.
I said that at the beginning. This week the gag is.
Erica has a crush.
But daddy, I love him. Bitch, I'm in love with my gay best friend. Of all people.
And I've had to wait 4 long days / years to hear this story.
Usually I make you wait 6 months for a story. But you get it full frontal right now.
Thank God.
And everybody at home. But if you're unfamiliar with our podcast, we have a good time here. It's called The Gag Is. Every week we have a new gag. Something crazy happens.
Well, by the time it makes it out 6 months later, yes, the gag was. The gag is. The gag was. And now it is.
This week the gag was. But this one's pretty current.
It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out soon.
This my feelings are actually happening this morning even.
Okay.
Like this is very real. So should I just get into the story?
We'll set the stage for folks. Tell them what we're wearing.
Okay.
Tell them what you're wearing.
I'm wearing my boyfriend's Letterman jacket. Let me just get into it. Let me get into it. Okay. So I've been on what my friend Carl calls the Erica's tour, which is
true. This is true. This is true.
I have been running around from city to city with my job, with Nesta, of course.
Which is why, because last time you were freelancing. Last time we were just you were freelancing.
So I have a job. So, yeah. Last time I was freelancing.
This is like a.
Oh yeah, but I can't go that far back.
No, but just set like, what are you doing and why are you running around and on the Erica store?
I have a really great job. I make $100,000 a year. I get paid a lot of money to be so talented, and I really love it. And they send me around America to make silly little videos, which is my dream. I manifested with Nesta 4 years ago. I said, let's travel.
And you just got a promotion, and your job title is what?
Well, let's not say the job title, but...
No, your title, not the company. Your title is...
social media manager.
There we go.
Yeah, content creator, full-time.
Which was what you just got promoted to recently.
But we're talking... I thought, let's talk about the life updates after the...
No, but just like I'm trying to celebrate you. You just got promoted. It was a big deal. This is a new title. Okay.
And it gave me not only the money to travel, but the confidence. Because I've been very sensitive about traveling in my life, being a woman of trans experience. So,
rightly so.
I took this year as I was going on work trips to finally just be like, look, let me book separate trips while I'm doing all this traveling. and go with Nestor, go with my friends, and try to just see if I am safe in other parts of America. So it turns out I'm a little too comfortable.
Only person she doesn't travel anywhere outside of Anaheim, California with is everyone else.
So our first trip was Disneyland in December. But
the only places she goes with me are Tahoe and Anaheim.
Then I went to DC, New York with Nestor. Check out my YouTube channel, Erica Madera, to find the vlog of the New York of our wonderful experience in New York. Then New Orleans, then Nashville.
New Orleans twice.
Then Nashville. Then the end of the Erica's tour, the final leg was Seattle. Hence,
which was not a work trip.
It was
a pleasure trip.
That was pure pleasure. So I have a best friend that I've known for many, many years. We met in the Castro here. Our first words that we said to each other was during a Super Smash Brothers game at a gamer night. Yeah. And I wanted to go visit him in Seattle. I haven't seen him in a while. His name is Carl, and he is just a cutie patootie. He invited me to come see him and hang out with him and see all of, his life in Seattle since he's been there, because he used to live here with us in San Francisco. So I said, let me just get out there. And I had no ulterior motives at the time. So since he's a gamer boy, he invited me to the first night of activities, which is the gamer night with all his friends. I got to meet all of his Seattle friends.
How long has he lived there?
I think a year and a half.
Okay.
A long time. And we used to be together all the time when he was here. So it was like a big shock for everyone. And I don't know, it was just so good to see him and so good to be back. I meet his roommate first and I go, so like, what's the vibe in Seattle? Like, what's the gay area? I wanted to, I was like driving up and I was like noticing the gay flags, and the roommate goes, when you start seeing the blue hair, you've made it to the right place.
Oh my
God. I was like, is that real? That's what Carl was saying, that there's a lot of non-binary people in Seattle.
Oh, okay.
When I say non-binary, I mean genderless. I don't mean I mean straight up, like that is how they express themselves there. So the roommate was not kidding. We're driving around in the Uber. They're in the wild. It's like Pokemon Go. Like
if California is blue, Washington is dark blue. Washington
is
blue.
Did you know that?
Washington is like cerulean. Well, the Pacific Northwest, not to like down it, but Portland, Seattle, when after a lot of political movements in this country, that had a big stronghold there. But yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, but California people forget, like the Central Valley tends to be very
California is conservative compared to.
Well, yeah. So like we are blue, but then the Central Valley of California, we are also a huge fucking state. We're literally like 3/5 of the Western Seaboard. So, anyways, yeah.
I was terrified because my first thought,
if California is blue, Washington is dark. It's like cerulean.
Yeah.
Azure. Yeah.
What is the quote from
you think this is blue. This is really cerulean. It trickled down.
It trickled down.
Into some casual corner where you undoubtedly scooped that up out of a sale bin. Don't make
There we go.
Don't make me quote it.
There we go.
Girl.
Okay. We really are back on the pod.
Cerulean girl.
So I'm like freaking out because I mean we're driving to the bar.
Pokemon reference, Cerulean City.
Oh, we connected to the Pokemon Go. Okay. And they're everywhere. Like I was scared because I didn't have makeup on the first day because I was on the plane.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like,
because were you nervous?
Well, I thought they were gonna think I was like she they, and I was like, because there were so many she theys. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna be like, oh my god, they, oh my god, hello they them. What are your pronouns? They, she they.
It's ma'am.
And I was like, I'm a woman. So we were joking because I was like, tomorrow I'm gonna beat my face so fucking hard that they're gonna start asking me like, do you have a show tonight? Like, are you performing? Like, I wasn't playing around. I'm like, so it was a little dysphoric moment in the opposite direction. Like,
yeah,
so non-conservative that I was like, oh, they think I'm just a they them, which is fine. But we do Soul Cycle first
together.
Yes, I took his.
Wow.
I'm on my Soul Cycle journey. Yeah. You guys can't see, but I have my at-home soul bike here, and I'm very skinny, and I just really really relate to those types of people. I love blasting music and people yelling at me and just being very thin in my Lululemon. And
It's 2 blocks from the Soul Cycle that Jill Biden goes to when she's out
Jill
here.
was just there the other day. My favorite Soul Cycle person, Marissa, she posted, she was like, Jill Biden took my class. This was the day I got back from Seattle. And I was like, bitch, I would have been in that class with Jill Biden.
Mama, with the Secret Service.
Oh my.
Did I tell you that in DC, someone that my cousin knows, he used to teach Michelle Obama for her Soul Cycle class weekly. We are very White House Soul Cycle adjacent in this city and others.
So I've been forcing Nestor, Shanti to do Soul Cycle with me. And Carl's like, what's the
Nestor did
fucking...
it?
Yes.
Oh my God,
in
wow.
New York.
Wow. Best friend here. About to break the
You
fourth wall.
said you want to do it.
I would do it with you.
Okay.
I've just never gotten fucking invited, but now I
Because you
know
always
why.
talk shit about it.
Who talks shit about it?
Remember when I came home and you were like, you need to hurry up. You guys need to hurry, get it done. Why are you not pedaling fast enough? Because it's not, you think it's
I
not.
was messing with you.
Okay.
I was totally breaking
It's
your
not
phone
like
with
that.
you.
They're
No,
like-
I came over and you're like, I'm gonna start a cycle class. I'll still be in it when you get here. I walked in to fuck with you.
Well, see, I thought that's what your perception of it was because of your Peloton class.
No.
Well,
I
please
used to
do it
take,
with me.
No, I used to take Equinox at I used to take Equinox. I used to take cycle at Equinox in Berkeley.
Please do it
That
with
girl,
me.
when I did, that was the first class, the first spin class I ever did. She had a like cool down song at the end, and at Equinox, it's like very dark in the room. I was gonna cry. It wasn't because it was hard. It was because the cool down class and like the
Oh,
message.
no, I cry a lot in Soul Cycle.
Oh, mama, I was
cry.
like, I had never done it before, not anything. So I was in a cycle class at Equinox, and I'm like, oh, girl, you're about to fucking cry in this class.
Yeah.
And I had no,
Oh, I've cried many times.
yeah, I've never cried in a Peloton class, but yeah.
Let them do Gypsy by Lady Gaga, and I don't want to be alone forever, but I can.
Not you down bad crying at the gym.
Down bad crying at the gym. But I've been listening to that song nonstop because it's so real.
Okay, so back to it.
So we do Soul Cycle together, and it was the most intense class. I've taken 50 Soul Cycle classes. It was the most intense. I would say honestly terrible. Like, sorry, Tommy, if you're listening, but like we just weren't built for Seattle level. Like
Different. It's different.
yeah. Oh my God. Here it's like it's Elmo and friends. Like it was.
It's a very much what your instructor brings that they're bringing into the class.
It was a little Game Boy, so we thought it was gonna be cute, but these fucking FAGs, they will kill you. I can say that.
No, I'm not
I have a
saying
gay
it, but the way
boyfriend.
you spelled it.
I have a gay
was like,
boyfriend, I can
what do
say
you
that.
mean? Okay.
It was the hardest class I've ever taken in my entire life. It was all EDM songs. It was supposed to be
So not hill climbs, not.
just fast as hell. It was supposed to be Queens of Disney, and I was like, okay, we're thinking of it's gonna be Selena Gomez,
Poor
and
unfortunate
Miley. It was like it was
souls.
them on their most difficult level, EDM remix. So,
You didn't hear my joke.
well, what was your joke?
These poor unfortunate souls.
Well, you know what's fun about this? Is
In pain, in need.
when I miss your jokes while we're recording,
This one trying to be different. This one trying to, but do they do that? Yes. And
I get to hear them when I edit it later.
anyways,
You gotta let me tell the story.
okay, sorry.
Oh my God, the singing break. I know you're excited.
I am. I'm anxious. You guys go to school. Move.
No more talking. Let me talk. So we leave, and Carl described it as nothing short of trauma bonding, which was really funny and cute. So then we take a shower, we head over to the game night, and then we get to relive the first time we met, which is playing Super Smash, and me being Pikachu, and me wiping the floor with him, and him dying first, and his friend did beat me, but we met all the Erics. Apparently everybody in Seattle's name is Eric, which is so funny. So it was a lot of, I'm Erica. Very that. I got to meet all his autistic friends. Well, actually only one of them's autistic. And I don't know, they were really cute. Like I thought
This
they were
like where
really
we
funny.
love the aughts. Let's be real.
Oh, I love
Yeah, okay.
That's why I was like, oh, is he autistic? He's like, yeah, he identifies as autistic.
Love that.
But the rest of them, they were really cute. Like I liked them all, but he was really fun. Like I noticed it right away, and I was like, oh, he's hot. And then we met his friend Daniel, and like he was just a ball of sunshine. Like every time you say something, like he'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go get a refill, and he'd be like, refill vibes, like it's giving drinking. Like you were like, okay, are we gonna go to karaoke tonight? Like, okay, pop star. Okay, like everything you say, he just makes it so much fun. So I was down with it. We have fun at the bar, and then we head over to karaoke. Okay, of course I'm gonna do anti-hero. Okay, it's my go-to. And Daniel's a pure Swiftie, so he's like, yeah, let's go up there. It was giving. I had to run through the crowd and give them a little dip and give them a little this. Everyone was singing along. It was really cute. Then Carl gets up there and sings American Boy, and it's over. I'm like,
Level, the crowd
basement
goes
flooded.
wild.
No.
Oh, shit.
He was just, I didn't know he could sing
Had pitch, had
you?
range.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
and rapped.
Okay.
Hit everything. I don't know. He just looks so cute up there. And we just had so much fun. He's like, I'm so glad you made me sing. We ran into his ex-boyfriend, so that was interesting.
The ex-boyfriend?
The ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
The funny thing is like Carl was like, I know you're gonna like him, and I was like, yeah, Daniel's my favorite of all your friends, but my second favorite is your ex.
And you've only heard about this person like through him.
And Instagram, like all of that.
Seen him.
They're on good terms.
You're not friends with him on Instagram.
I am.
You are friends with. Okay.
Yeah. And I liked him a lot. He was really cool. And Carl was very mature and like super chilling with it.
But he had you there as a buffer, so that probably made it easier. He had
yeah,
security
I mean,
blanket
it literally an actual physical. I was in between them.
Right.
So, and yeah, so that's true. But still, I mean, I would be crying on the dance floor. I would be crying at the gym. Like,
if you had me or if you had Shanti literally in between you, but also there as your buffer friend, you would be okay.
I guess it depends on how hot I look. But so we have a lot of fun. The one thing I noticed about the ex is he's very talkative, he's very social, and he's very cute. I feel like he looks like me pre-transition.
Oh.
A little Mexican looking boy.
Okay.
With like white features.
Okay.
Little mustache. I'll put pictures of me up, not him. And he's an ENFP, so am I. And it was funny when we figured it out, Carl was like, oh, he's an ENFP. And I'm like, that's like me. And he's like, oh, I know what I like. And like in a funny way, but now I'm internalizing it. And I'm like, that could have easily been me. That could have been me. So now I'm like, okay, moving on. Next day, we have the best, most incredible day. We go to Pike Place Market. We're taking pictures. We're throwing fish around. We're doing the gum wall. Like so many cute things. Then we get to do like the whole bar crawl moment, which is just, I don't know, that was like the solidifier of like, bitch, this gender doesn't exist here. Like it's like, it's not man or woman, it's Seattle resident. Like, and that's, and so I'm out, I'm in full B, I have a really pretty dress on. I'll show you the pictures. But
Cowboy boots.
I was Nubu goofing. I was Nubu goofing. And every single person that we ran into, or like every single shopkeeper, every patron, everybody, like 1,000 a day, were like stopping me to talk to me and hang out with me. And Carl kept saying like, well, are you the fucking celebrity of Seattle or something? Like, what is this about? And
so
I'm
it
like,
also played into your anxiety of like traveling and not feeling comfortable, which has, I mean, but like the hard part is like you ended up going to all these, like in your work, staying to all these places in the South where that is going to be the vibe. The only place that upset you that would be the vibe was New York.
Right.
And even for New York, it's big city. It's still very,
I was with Nestler.
It's still very cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
But then you go to Seattle, which is, like
just
the Castro, but the whole city on steroids.
It is an extension of San Francisco and the Castro,
which is probably why he felt very comfortable there.
But it's different too in a way. Like I don't know any non-binary people. Like I don't even think I've met any non-binary people other than the baby people that you know.
I work with a lot of non-binary people.
Yeah. So so like they don't live in the Castro. Like I don't know them. Like it's gay men and trans women. Like trans women, not she, they, bussy. Like I've been also addicted to saying she, they, bussy. You know what you say? Okay, it started with he. Like okay, it's not like
no. I stand. It's funny.
Okay, it's not like I started with he, they, bussy.
I've never heard you say it. So right now, for you saying she, they, bussy, I'm like, okay, since when but work. I also mean
like when you meet like a masked lesbian, it's like he, they, bussy. But
okay.
like that's what like she's not serving pussy, she's serving he they bussy.
I got you.
But now I keep saying
With
she,
the
they,
contrast,
bussy.
now I get that. Okay. Yeah.
So it was she they bussy everywhere.
Wow, work.
And I was, thank God, I was giving woman. At least I think. But it was giving very popular, very celebrity of Seattle.
But when you feel happy and you feel safe and you're having
I do
a
be
great
exuding.
time with your friends and
Yeah.
social,
it do be, yeah, it do
Yeah.
be magnetizing.
you will eat super hard. Not eat just for Erica, but eat extroversion.
E super hard for
You will
extroverted,
eat
yeah.
super hard.
Which is so cute because I remember sending Carl a relationship like advice thing for ENFPs, which is me, and INTPs, which is him, like how like a relationship would work, and that was supposed to help him and his ex. But now I went and looked back at it, and it's like the ENFP will help round out the social circle of the INTP, give them a better social experience in life, like.
Yeah.
But they both are down for adventures, and I don't know. It was just so cute. Like, it's adorable. Like, so I was feeling very, come with me, kid. Like, let's go. Like,
Mhm.
and he's so good too. But he was so funny. He's like, I could be sitting here alone at the bar, smiling, and no one would come up to me. And I'm like, and you could have your earbuds in, sitting in the corner, and you have a group. And I'm like, it's a blessing and it's a curse. So I was feeling very, cute. So I was feeling good. So we do the bar crawl, and we end up at Queer Bar, which apparently is the most famous gay bar in Seattle, which Nestor knew about it. I'm not gay enough for that, I guess. And there was like a really incredible drag show going on with Irene Dubois. She was on Drag Race. She went home first, but she was on Drag Race. And so we're sitting there dancing. The fucking trans girls come out, like giving booby, giving passable, and then they come over and gives me like a whole moment, a whole wink up and down over the boom. And Carl's like, oh my God, they could be a full moment. And I'm like, yeah, it's the girls. And then he starts laughing because he's like, you're right, bitch. Like, the only passable girls in Seattle are the drag queens. And I was like, yeah, that's why I thought all we're going to ask where my show was tonight. So I was feeling, and I'm not even saying that I'm passable because I'm not, but there, yes, I am. Like there, they thought I was fucking Shachi McCork. They're like, oh my God. They're like, Selena Gomez. And I was like, no, it's Erica. I'm trans. So I was just feeling very puss. And he looks at me. So we're having the best time. We're having the best time at this drag show. Like throwing money.
I'm not there and I'm having the best time here.
No, oh my God. And these girls were just giving boobies and chests and flying and then like doing like fan behavior, throwing their fans and giving us like a full like boom 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 with like the curtain extensions where like what is that called? Like color guard type of shit.
Fanography. Okay.
Fanography. And he looks at me and he goes, I don't know if it's just because you're here, but this is the most fun I've ever had at any of these shows since I've lived here.
Literally, yeah.
And I was like, I think it's all of the above, not just because of me, even though I know it is because of me. So mind you, I'm not in love with him at this point. Okay, so in like going back to the beginning, I'm not having feelings of crush on
always
him.
just like
we are having very intense friendship moments and really enjoying his city. Then they start playing the best fucking music. We're dancing with DJ Nightmare, this big ol' lesbian that was at the karaoke bar the night before. And running into his friends. Like we went to dinner, ran into Eric the bodybuilder. There's autistic Eric the bodybuilder. They don't call him autistic Eric. That's just me.
No, this cast of Eric's is
Eric the bodyguard. Like it's
Eric is like Barbie of Seattle.
It is.
Hey Barbie, it is
Barbie.
Eric. Sorry, but
Eric,
synonymous.
Hey Ken, hey Eric.
Which is very Seattle. Barbie, Eric.
It's very Barbie and Eric.
Very PNW. Okay.
So I'm not feeling all this type of way, mind you. We just had the most exciting day. Can I show him? I'm gonna show pictures of him because he's so cute, so that we can get like full.
It's popping up on screen now.
We can get the full visual. So then the next morning, we're doing very relaxing stuff. We're going to the same local coffee shop that we went to every morning. I went 3 times in a row. Ada's coffee shop. Ada's I don't know. It's a women in
Bing.
STEM, like
What's up? Yeah,
literally 8th on 15th. It's a library copy shop,
so cute.
and it's technical books. And it's like geared towards like women in STEM, like lesbians who tech. Like, it's so cool. And the barista was I thought trans woman, but then I looked her up later and it was she, they, Bussy. So I was like, okay, she's so cute. So we had like, so we were talking the whole time, and I, getting to know her and getting to know the other coworkers.
Wait,
and I
hold
was
on.
like,
I'm not laughing. I feel like I need to I'm not laughing because of she, they, Bussy, but like we have a joke that like we always call with the title of the episode in the episode. And we have a title, but if it should be like also known as she, they, Bussy. I feel like that is now the title of the app. Like,
hashtag she, they, Bussy.
no, we always joke that we come up with the title of the app mid-app, and we already had a title for this app, but now I feel like the title. AKA should be she, they, Bussy. Because you said that, I'm like, that's why I laughed. You keep bringing it up.
I can't
like,
stop saying it.
The title of that should be she, they, Bussy.
Since I got home from Seattle, I find
Maybe
any
it should be
reason
she,
I
they,
can.
Bussy, AKA Erica has a crush. I don't know. Sorry. It's just the thing that happened.
Erica fell in love with a gay man.
Yeah.
That's the gag. So she was really cute, and I was like clocking pronouns. Like the other baristas would be like, "Oh, she this," or she would be like, "Oh, they," and I was like, because the vibe of the non-binary people there wasn't like, my pronouns are this. You need to respect my pronouns. Like,
right.
That's wrong. It's they. Like the way they're portrayed on like Blair White's YouTube channel, where all she does is roast them. Like, that's my only instance of non-binary people, is literally Blair White being awful to them. So I kind of thought they were like annoying, but they're actually have a really kind heart, and they all love me, and they're all like,
too. Yeah,
they're just like us, which is silly to say, but they've been so villainized on the internet, and so like it's the narrative that I don't want non-binary people speaking for me. I'm a trans woman, or I'm a, but it's like, they weren't like,
okay.
They were very supportive and very sweet and like very kind, and I met like 60 of them, like of them, and they were just fucking awesome. So we end up watching the New York video, which, like I said, everyone in New York is gay. You can find out on my YouTube channel, at the park together, being very wholesome, laughing. He loves the videos. Which is why I thought he would be half mad about me talking about him on the podcast and half live for the attention. Because we do mention him in the New York vlog, and he was like, "Oh, I love how I'm always on your guys' mind," and I'm like, "You're literally on everyone's lips." Yeah. So here we are, a whole episode about you, Carl. You shouldn't have said nothing. But also it could be worse. Like, this is actually a nice thing. So he gets a zip car, he drops me off at the airport, and I'm still chilling. Like, I'm fine. So 2 days pass. I started having like dreams about him, like being my boyfriend. And I'm like, oh my God, why am I feeling this way? Mind you, it didn't help that I had double dosed my estrogen and took it
right before you left.
Day before I left.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm still new to estrogen, like a couple months. So it didn't help the situation, at least. So I'm like, why do I feel this way? So I'm playing back the whole thing in my mind, and I'm like, oh my God, I felt so safe with this man. Like, so, I was talking to Shanti about it. I'm like, he was so kind to me. He paid for everything. I got like an Uber for us home from one of the bars. He Venmos me for the Uber the next day. And I'm like,
and he didn't even take the Uber, right? Like, you took the Uber and he walked.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm like, what is going on? Like, I think he's paying for everything. He bought us the Chihuly Museum tickets, the Space Needle tickets. I don't know. It was just like, and he was doing it in a very friend way. He definitely was not trying to flirt. You guys get the vibe. I'm too hot in this fucking Seattle sweater.
Like, yeah, but like, that's what I want to know is like, so what made it in your brain turn it to
crush?
Yeah, but I also think now, hearing the whole context of it, it was that you, I think, have been in a lot of situations this year, let's call it a year, within the last calendar year, not 2023 or 2024, but like in the last calendar year, of like, where you've had a lot of traveling scenarios where you have not felt safe. Like, we talked when you came home from New Orleans the first time, and you were like, I slept for like 2 or 3 days, like, and I did not want to be out with people, and I felt like a show pony, and
it was the worst.
Yeah, I felt ostracized. Like, I felt like
It was the worst.
Whereas there, it sounds like very much you felt in a community of people and what you felt in your community in a.
Well, I felt
I don't want to call it
really what it
your
was is I
community.
felt
It is,
welcome
but-
in his community, which is like there's something.
But the
so
community
cool.
of people where there's so much gender diversity and where you don't get trotted out as like a show pony. It was you being there and other trans girls relating to you and feeling in community with other trans women or trans people.
Well, it was not that many trans women, but it was being there was like exciting. It was like
acceptance.
It was like me walking off like in Brazil, like for my fans,
and not
like,
being a show pony. It
was like adoration, like.
Yeah.
But that wasn't what it was about.
In respect,
it was about seeing like a man in his own home court.
Okay.
Like, there's something sexy about being in a man's area where he is and he's showing you around.
In Houston, or if he lived in Denver, or if he lived in Miami, or anywhere else.
Yeah, it would have been different.
The community wouldn't have felt as safe. I think it was two things. I think it was him plus he has a community that is ultra safe for you, and you have not had that experience while traveling. And
he's
the best.
Oh my God.
As a person.
Yeah.
We love Carl.
And I had just had that great experience in New York with Nestor. That was like, but didn't fall in love with Nestor, unfortunately.
But New York is different. That's metropolis. That's,
this was like, his town, like his boat.
It's the community of normal people.
But that wasn't what made me fall in love with him.
Right. Okay.
So that was just part of me having fun in the place. I was just like, Shanti was like, there's something about like a man treating you and showing you the ropes of his area and kindness to you directly without like anything in return.
No expectations.
No, just like, oh no, I'm gonna pay for everything just because I want to make you like have a good trip.
Right.
And so I don't know. It was just, and also, so when I met him, he was a lot younger. And he's grown up a lot, and he's twice the size that he is now in terms of like muscles and buffness. Like he's huge. Like I don't know, he's like hot.
Oh, he's been
like,
working out.
Oh my God, like that's his favorite hobby to do over there, and it's doing wonders. It just rains all the time. What else are you gonna do but work out? So I was like, okay, yeah, he's not like a little kid to me anymore. Like I feel like when I first met him, he felt more like, oh young, I need to protect him. Now he's the protector. So it's like really cute. Mind you, he's old. He's like 25. So it's not like anything. It's not like he's not a kid.
No.
But to me, I'm 31. That's a kid.
But you met quite a couple of years ago. So he was younger.
Yeah.
And now he's older and you're older. And he's maturing.
He's matured now.
In a different light.
Yeah, right? Okay. I know it's like a trope, but like that's literally, it's giving the idea.
That can do wonders for many men.
It's giving the idea of you that Anne Hathaway and Nicholas. I feel very the older woman. So then I kind of let my feelings like run with me all day. I go have my champagne. I'm listening to Down Bad by Taylor Swift. Like, and it starts with like, did you really beam me up? And talk about aliens. And then we went to we're like very Space Needle. Then it's like, sent me back where I came from. Like, and I'm like, I'm getting thrown back. And then, of course, the famous, I'm down bad crying at the gym. Literally, I was so emotional that day. Every single song I'm thinking of reminds me of him. Also my feed on TikTok, I'll show some of the videos. Like, there was like this girl comes up, like this random girl. She's like, honestly, girls, I just wish one day you would feel the love of a twink. Like, true romance from just a gay man. Like, and I was like, who is sending me this? Like,
I'm a gay dude and I'm attracted to maleness, which for me ends up being that I'm into both cis and trans men. Ah, cool. I'm more interested in the equipment, so I'm not typically drawn to trans men, but I am attracted to some trans women.
When we joke that our FBI men really come for us, like our FBI men are fucking rude.
I was like,
because mine is rude, yours is rude.
Who controls the media controls
our FBI men are fucking rude.
Awful.
They like to fucking bring us back down to earth.
So then I'm watching Tana Mojo's podcast that she has her best friend Paige on. Paige is talking about how she fell in love or is in love with their gay friend Ty, and they're like spending the whole Coachella together. Tana's like, what are you guys gonna do? Like, you're a woman, he's a gay man, like you guys are in love.
Yeah.
You're in Ty's love.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys
he's
just fuck?
that guy.
I don't know. I feel like it's like a slow burn. We will.
If you
No,
were
never
able
mind.
to convert this gay man back straight.
Then I like go to their Instagram stories and then they're like making out heavy, like deep, like every
Well,
day,
that's like a
holding
thing now.
hands. Like,
Yeah.
no, yeah, but I'm like, now I'm getting fed all this propaganda.
And you're like, I'm not Delulu.
yeah, I'm not like, this happens to girls all the
everywhere.
time. Yeah.
I was just watching the guy that Ty's talking to stand there and like wait for his turn while y'all were making out like out of the Notebook.
We are just so like deeply in love with each other, but it's like platonic, but it's like romantic, but it's like also like my best friend.
And then, so then I'm thinking back to, you know, Trisha Paytas, of course. You were like on YouTube days when she was friends with Shane Dawson.
No.
So Trisha used to be like a mega loner and have no friends, and literally her only friend was the camera. That's why she was a chicken nugget on the floor. Yeah. So Shane came into her life, and you know who Shane Dawson is. Yeah. And they developed a really close, like deep emotional friendship. And then she talked about it on her podcast, like a bunch of times, that she thought she was in love with him that whole time. Like she was like, oh, I'm sure I was in love with Shane. Like I was in love. And we all thought they were just like besties, but she was like, no, I was in love with him. That's the only man that treats me like with kindness and respect and doesn't just want to fuck me. And like, and I was like, oh my God. Like now I'm like thinking back, and I was rewatching it last night, one of the episodes. And Gigi Gorgeous is like, now we all know that Trisha was in love with Shane. That's so fucking awkward this whole time. And she's like, yeah, I was. Like I was. And I'm like, so I'm not the first person. And also, the reason why I thought it was okay to talk about this on the podcast is I'm probably not the first one of his friends to have a crush on him either.
No.
I'm just the only one with the podcast. So
No.
I'm like, all your other friends love you too. Like, I'm sure that he's the hottest guy in Seattle, bar none. Bar none. Like, there's like, some of the boys that he showed me were cute.
Well, you have a type.
But is my type Carl? No.
I don't think your type is Carl. I think your type is a certain kind of man. And I don't want to like reduce him down to, you know, that it's not basic. It's not average. It's not anything. You like a wholesome person.
I do.
You like a wholesome man. And you like a guy that is whole. You like a wholesome man.
I do.
There's
And-
something about it. I've never met your dad. I haven't
Yeah,
met
he is
guests
wholesome.
yet, but like I
He
feel
is
like
wholesome.
every woman wants to date their father, whether they know it or not. And like lately for me, I felt like, oh, I've identified with certain things about them, and I've dated and gone, oh, my dad.
Yeah.
And I've never ever wanted that before, but then all of a sudden, like it's like we're like back to me. But we had a conversation when you first came to me about it, and I was like confused because like this, I'm like.
Yeah, how did you feel when I first
I'm
saw
friends
you?
with this friend.
Yeah.
And you used to like get mad at me because like I used to have like kind of a moniker for him, but it was loving. It wasn't like a read. It was like cute. And he is so sweet and cute. And I fell in love with him more when we did it with his like when we did a what should I call it? Like a
It's a role playing game.
a role playing game.
Yeah.
And we
We got to play it as a friend
It
group.
wasn't a LARP, but it was like a quasi LARP where we sat around and drank and did a actual role play moment.
Yeah.
And I had never done it, but I had heard about it often and had some questions and wonderings. And then when we did it, it was the most fun.
It's the most fun.
And I feel like that moment has also opened doors for me where other people want to play card games or things that are kind of in that vein. And I'm like into it. And they're like, wait, you? And I'm like, no, because I've done this before and actually found out that it's something I really enjoy and love doing. And so like I felt like he kind of opened doors for me in that way. And I pimped him to other people saying, oh, my friend's friend, Carl,
Yeah.
does this. Let's have him over. And
Let's
everyone's
all do
into
it.
it. And it's like, yeah, oh my God, bring him. What an amazing, this person in a very organic way was reaching demographics. I would have gone to other people and said, you should do this. You've never done this. You should try this.
Yeah.
And I think that that's like,
I did that to you.
yeah, and I think that that's something I wish he could take back. But like, I very much like got to know him that. So I looked at you and said, what changed? What was different? And then I told you that like they've done studies on hormones and said that girls on birth control should get off it before they marry their partners because they in fact realize that they don't actually like the man they're about to marry, their husbands, but it's like the effect that the hormones has on them.
Yeah.
Because it kind of, to me, he is so your friend and like such a good friend. And also, I don't want you to lose people. when you have a good friendship like that, someone that you enjoy experiences with, I would rather, so to me, I'm always like, not to be not romantic or risk averse, but like, I don't want you to lose friends. And like, he is such a good friend to you where I'm like, are you sure you want to go down this road? And like I said, okay, there's one of three outcomes. It works. Y'all are happy. It doesn't work, but y'all can figure out how to move past this, or it doesn't work and you lose a friend. Like either way you look at it, the risk versus reward was better than 50%. So to me, it was like, fuck it, ball out, roll the dice, do it. And I flushed that out. But initially, my first like thought was, if this doesn't work out, are we, even though I'm not that close to him, are we losing a friend? And I don't like, to me, collectively, I want you to do what you want to be happy. I'm never going to stop that. But I also don't want you to lose such a good friend. Or now hearing the full experience, not have access to a place where you enjoyed yourself so much. And now, like, if me and you and Lester and whoever wanted to go with you and go back and see Carl, then we all couldn't be there and enjoy that together. And I never said don't do it. I'm still firmly like, live your truth, talk to him about it. But I'm curious if there's been any, like, talk to him about it and what came of that.
I don't know about like the risk of it all. Like, I've definitely not moved that far past.
So you haven't talked to him about it?
No.
Have you guys talked it all?
He's watching this.
Eventually, but
no. This is how he's gonna find out.
Okay, so there hasn't been any. You guys have talked though since you've been back.
Yeah, I sent him a text at 2 a.m. the night when I was having all these meetings.
Saying what?
All I said was, I wish I was there with you right now.
That was it?
Yeah. No, that was it.
Okay, I'm like, either you read it to everybody or you don't. Okay, that was it though.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did he say?
He just hearted it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which you haven't really had like.
No, we've talked like just regular talking. Like
it's
I'm
so
not,
friendly.
Yeah, I'm not like sitting here thinking, oh my god, I'm like, I want him to fuck me. I can't even think straight. Like, I can't even talk to you because like, I'm so turned on.
But you were more romanticized by the fact of like someone that you perceived as a friend than wanting to like wine and dine you in a sense.
Yeah, and also he's just like the perfect guy,
which is like, alluring. Yeah,
the perfect guy. But and it's not that I am like thirsting after his body. I mean, I would, mind you, I would fuck him, but I think he's really hot. But I'm not like that. Isn't what was it worrying?
Okay, you've had him in your life for a while. Was it suddenly also seeing the person that he was dating and or interested in that made you go, oh,
totally.
I'm also like
that's what gave me
the confidence.
What gave me the confidence? Delusion. You don't have me.
Yes, but not delusion. I don't think it was delusion. I think it was like
that
not seeing it until you saw this person and went, oh,
when I was having
like that. Wait, that's me.
Yeah, when I was having my feelings day, I was like, oh, ENFP, little Mexican boy, could have been me. Nestor goes, just detransition, and I'm like, girl, like he's such a hater.
He's out there.
He's such a fucking hater. He's been so weird ever since I told him. Like he's like, I just don't know what
you know. I don't have the problem.
I tell him, I call him, and I'm like,
do you know I don't have them? Because you look at me every time and you're like, you're my number one bitch. No one will ever. And I'm like, and that is what I need from like the part my sexual partner and my life partner, but my other real life partner is you. And like, so the life partner that you thankfully take up on my face always says, you are my number one bitch. And that is the most freeing. You would think that it fucking would gas me up or like, like pump me up or like wet my pussy. But to me, it's just freeing. It's like, oh, turn the worry off. Click, done. And I think that like, even whatever happens with this situation with him and how it plays out, if you feel like that for him and you say, however this plays out, you'll never have to worry about me being in your corner 1,000,000,000 fucking %.
Yeah.
And that people can click. Like, I want to say that to you in a way that like, I don't think you know what that does for people. You are a unicorn. Ooh, I'm not going to cry. I've had too much of it. You are a unicorn. And you make people, as much as Carl brought you in all those places and allowed you to feel comfort, it's because you take him to places and allow him to feel comfortable. And you supersede him having to be in a place where he doesn't have to worry about him because your light being beautiful and shining bright is also a thing that he wants to take out and share with other people.
Aw, thank you.
And like, and I don't think that you always realize people are, you felt situations now where you feel the show pony and it sucks.
Yeah.
But then you are with people that you know love you and they take you out and show you off because they genuinely take you out and show you off, and then you feel safe and you feel showed off. And
right, exactly.
and that's what we feel for you.
Yeah.
And then when you have safety in that one way, you really get to you get to push all the way to your borders. And like I think that if nothing else, as a person, if he gives you that and you can turn that, you turn us all the worry down to zero.
Thank you.
I think what you, aside from anything else, and however it plays out, he did something for you that you all do for us that you don't realize. Is he took you out and he clicked your worry off.
I think that's what I fell in love with him.
And I think that, and
you
if that's
totally
it,
clocked it.
if that's it,
That's such a good way to say it. That's exactly what happened.
I really did not know that till this moment right now.
Yeah. That was a
I
great.
don't want to realize that right now. It just happened for me in my mind, but like that's what it
I
is.
want to cry too now.
That's what it is that you clicked your worry off. And if he gives that to you, then I think that that is 1,000% you worth you leveling with him and saying, I think I'm in love with you, or I love you, or I love you, or I love you in this way, and here's why. And
You have to find out.
right. And if you say that to someone else, like my hope would be that it is not like a purposeful or an outcome thing, but in whatever way he can receive
Right.
that, I hope he realizes how much of a gift and how much of a wonderful experience and how much of a life, you came back from that, life changed.
Oh my God. My eyes.
The fact
world
that
different.
he gave you that life-changing experience, like what a gift.
I know. So that's why that's why.
And maybe
literally-
that is part of the mystery and part of the love. Because like while we were talking about this, I was like, I started getting like palpitations, like she's gonna fucking move to Seattle and I'm gonna be without her. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to pick up all my shit and move to Seattle. Like, oh my God, she feels so safe there. And I know that's what it is for
This
you.
is my home, but
The two places you feel safe, Seattle and Disneyland. Like, and if we
home.
thrive, I thrive.
I just felt so.
Our
grateful
Thrive
to
Safety
have
best peak is Disneyland. Your Thrive Safety peak is Seattle.
I feel so grateful that I have those places because I didn't have those till like literally the other week.
And you've had so many not great travel experiences where you had to like live it out.
And I have New York too.
whatever.
Not still. It's not.
No, that was amazing.
That
That's
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and but this.
That was also work. It was a different scenario.
No, that wasn't work. New York wasn't work. We were in DC for work, then we went over to New York.
It was work adjacent.
No, it wasn't work adjacent. They just paid for the flights. That was a
But it wasn't his
2-day experience.
hometown.
No, it wasn't his
It
hometown.
was-
So I didn't get
yeah.
to see him in his hometown court. Plus, if I wanted to fall in love with Nestor, I would have done it already.
Well,
He's just a hater. That's why. He's telling me, he's like,
I don't think he
any
gets
crush
it.
that I've had has ended horribly. And I'm like, when was your last crush? He was like 19. And I'm like, I
But
can
it's
have a crush.
such
I've
a
never had
different
a crush
dynamic.
before. The last crush I've had was
Yeah.
Zac Efron. I'm allowed to have a crush. All his friends have crushes on him. You have a crush all the time. Shadi has a new crush every week.
oh wait, but we took you to Broadway and realized like why you have a crush on Broadway because
I do.
you're like
So yes, exactly. So we go see Hairspray live for my birthday, and I have the biggest crush on the
We
Zac
got
Efron
on Google,
character.
all the people were like, no,
And I'm
bitch,
like,
they
he's
were
so
all
hot.
gay. And you're
He's
like,
so hot. No,
what?
he's straight. No, he's straight.
These all men are not all straight. We're
Link
like,
is straight. The dad is
no,
straight.
girl, no.
We end up looking them all up on Instagram. They're all hashtag gay. It's literally gay,
And
gay,
you
gay,
were,
gay.
you were
I was convinced.
gobsmacked.
I was like, these are straight
you
men.
were grabbing your chest like, what? We're like, no, girl, they're literally always gay. And then I realized like, oh my god,
Performers to me
You
are
think-
so straight.
yes, you think they're straight because of your High School Musical upbringing, and I'm like,
About High School Musical
blah, blah, blah,
upbringing.
like the real world, they're gay.
So it is jarring. It was jarring to Shanti because in her mind, I've always wanted like an old man sugar daddy to pay for my life and get me
No.
all this money and stuff. And I'm like, that's what she knows of me. And I'm like, no, I've actually always, my longest relationship for 7 years was with a gay man. First of all, like the men that I attract in my life as friendships, Nicholas, Nestor, even Jake, they have a little femme minds. Their minds are feminine. Like their bodies are masculine, but their minds are definitely feminine. So I've always been into gay men. So this is not, I feel like this is not news to me. It's just news that I've never seen Carl like a man in that way.
Well, okay, but to take it a step back,
Okay, what?
I'm gonna agree with 80% of that. The
What?
20% that I'm not gonna agree with is that you will take a friend that's truly a friend vibe, i.e. Jake.
You think I was in love with Jake? I was not.
I don't think you were in love with Jake. I think that that to me, you were like, I have a crush on Jake. I have a huge crush on Jake. In the moment, you could deny it now, but
I had a crush on a Furby.
But in the moment, you had a huge crush on Jake.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you literally did. Before his birthday party,
That's not true.
You would look at me, and you guys had a whole blowout when you looked at him and told him you had a crush.
That was Furby.
No, it happened with Jake too.
That did not happen with Jake.
It literally did.
You're literally making that up.
No, I would be at your house.
You're making that up.
I'm not making that up.
You're making that up.
You had a huge crush on Jake from it was brief.
That is not true.
It was brief.
I would admit it if it was. There aren't many men out there hotter
than crush
than
on Jake now because
I never did.
You did. You literally.
That's not true.
Okay, I can't call the other person who was there in the moment as back up your old roommate.
Oh.
Let's
call her.
Okay, well, it was real.
I've never had a crush on Jake.
You Bible looked at me in my face and told me you did. So you did.
Was I on drugs?
It was a very different time in your life. It was. Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I did try to date Nicholas.
I think it was the mania of
I did try to date Nicholas, and I did try to date Nestor. Those I both.
It was the mania of college. It did come before the whole B&E, which we can go back to that episode.
Well, I don't think it's true. But look, we can agree to disagree.
You don't like him. I think it's that you don't like him now, knowing the whole thing. But
no, it's not that I don't like him now. I think he's a great guy. That was actually my friend.
Oh my.
You think what you want. Let's ask Jake.
Bible, you came to me.
Let's ask Jake.
Told me.
Let's ask. I fucking would never.
And you were like, should I tell him? Blah blah blah. I was like,
no, I didn't. Whatever. I have
a horrible memory, and for me to tell you that you told me this is not.
Leave in the comments. Do you think that I fucking had a crush on Jake or not? Because
I feel like we could go back to the first maybe 5 episodes of this actual literal venture and find you talking about it because you.
Okay, go back and listen to the old episodes, guys, and see if I say anything about having a crush on Jake because that was peak.
I would never, and also why would I accuse you of that?
I don't know.
That's malicious.
I don't know because you even told him that I had a crush on him. I've been wondering why you're always accusing me of this.
Y'all had anyways, okay.
We had a very close friendship.
Well, after you told him you had a crush on him and that didn't work out. Anyways, it was a thing.
That's not true.
Mama, I have a horrible memory.
We have to move on from this.
Okay. I have a horrible memory and I literally would not ever come out of nowhere with this. But
that didn't happen.
But you missed your cue.
So,
it was undergrad. It was a very crazy time in your life.
I was dating someone while I was hanging out when I was with Jake.
No. Who?
Sam.
No, that was before. That was
You're saying I had a crush on Jake after I dated Sam.
You had a crush on Jake when you first moved into that apartment.
When I first met Jake.
Yes.
Yes, for the first 2 months. Oh yeah, down. Oh, I wanted to fuck Jake.
He would play guitar.
Oh, I wanted to fuck Jake the first 3 months.
Okay, well,
I thought you meant after I became his friend. That's such a different scenario than Carl.
Nobody was comparing the two.
Well, we're talking about
you had a crush on Jake, and
that's true. When I say I've never had a crush on anyone, that's wrong. I did have a crush on Jake.
You came out and told him, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not."
That was pre-transition.
Right.
Yeah. That was pre-transition.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. This is apples and oranges.
Yeah, for the first 3 months I did.
You had a crush on Jake.
I did.
Period. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Now,
okay. Well, I wish you would tell me timelines.
No, I didn't say when you were this. When I said you had a crush on Jake, and you looked at me and told me, and then I'm saying you had a crush on Jake, and when you told him it didn't work out. So for me, my theory is I don't want you, and luckily with Jake, it didn't ruin a friendship.
You're right, and I did tell him.
But it didn't ruin a friendship.
I don't think that it would have. I don't. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm talking about
it. It is not a comparison. It's this happened.
Well, let's go back to the original topic.
This series of events.
We can't talk about Jake anymore.
No, but this series of events happened, and I'm now here, and I don't want this series of events to happen again. That situation worked out fine. this situation, again, that's all I'm worried about is that I don't want you to lose a friend.
So I go to the bar. This is the day that I'm emotional and in love, and I'm listening to I'm listening to Espresso on nonstop. Talk about too bad your ex don't do it for you. So stupid.
I feel that way too, though.
So yeah, I feel like if anyone is gonna get it, it would have been you. The day I was having all my feelings.
Okay.
So I went to the bartender at Twin Peaks, and I just straight up like walked
Poured your heart out?
and I go, "Have you ever fell in love with your best friend?" And he goes, "Yes." And I go, "Tell me everything." I sat my ass down. He goes, "I was feeling this way for a long time, and we kept hanging out, and we were really close. And one day I just couldn't take it anymore. So I just burst it out." And he goes, "Look, I like you." And the guy goes, "I don't feel the second way."
And this was my beer.
And he said they never spoke again.
Oh no. Okay. I don't think that would happen. But that again is playing into the exact fear I had.
Then I was so shocked at the answer that I flung my hands up in the air and knocked over the beer right onto him.
Yeah.
So I was emotional that day.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's a beer. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's
He was so nice about it.
Small casualty.
And so then we got to talking about it, and he's like, "I think you should go for it too, though." So I tell him the whole story.
Yes, you have to.
But I'm like, okay, so I'm not saying all this so I can go for it. I'm not trying to like.
But you're not
go
going to
for
your
it.
if you don't.
But here's my thought process behind why it could work. Can I tell you that checklist?
Sure.
Okay. All these girls falling in love with gay men. Okay, at least I'm in the same class anatomically to the people that he would be interested in, right? That's step one. He might not be attracted to the female form, which maybe I have, maybe I don't.
You do.
But I definitely, whatever. I've only been on hormones for a couple months. I look the same that I always have.
Yeah.
Second, and what's kind of sad about the whole thing is that I do actually at home in my normal life do look like a boy 90% of the time. So it is kind of unfortunate, but the other 10% that I try to look like you. So I don't know where that would fall. But I think that there is like.
But he's only known this you.
Yes. So this me has been able to attract a many gay men.
I hate saying it like that. I want to take that back. I say this you, which is you.
We're just talking about the context.
No, but this you, which is you, has always been you. But
Yeah.
I have been I have outdated. Yeah, I've been around. Okay, go.
I was just more boyish back then, okay?
And when I look back, still very girl.
I know.
Adult,
So cute.
A boy.
Adorable, though.
I mean,
really.
wait. Still also a girl, but yeah.
But regardless, it doesn't matter. Boy or girl, it doesn't matter. Yeah. What matters is, really, I have never had an issue with a gender or a sexuality being attracted to me. I have attracted all genders and all sexuality.
And you have been attractive the whole time.
And I've been still attracted.
Vice card never declined.
So I'm talking lesbian women. I mean, lesbian women are more attracted to me than even straight men are. Then there's the straight men who never even thought about a trans woman before. Boom, done. There we go. There's the anatomical situation out the window. Doesn't matter. Then there's bisexual men, which I'm pretty much their trophy. Those are the men that I've dated probably the most is bisexual men, or men that were straight and then I guess started identifying as bisexual after dating.
I don't know if they've identified as bisexual, but
No, you're right.
They're on the way. They don't know that.
I used to call them gay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's gay to me to date me. It's gay to me. But they can identify whatever they want.
Sure.
Then gay men, I've actually hooked up with, I've dated, like post-transition, I have dated gay men. And it's always the question I would be like, and it's just such a dangerous thing to say because someone could straight up say some fucked up shit to you. I was always like, aren't you gay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you trying to kiss me? Why aren't you gay? He's like, yeah, I'm gay. But
Oh, it was like repellent.
yeah, because I'm like, aren't you gay? Like, you're like,
So you're questioning. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like,
I don't know
but,
that.
yeah, but not tonight or whatever. It'll be like, they'll say something funny. And they'll be like, I thought I was very much that. So And that's happened a lot. Like recently, I guess not recently.
I didn't know that.
6 months ago, Shanti was gone, so I had like some friends over, and it was like a gay man, and it was the friends. Everyone was coupled up.
Yeah.
And they were all,
I remember.
You remember this story? They were all young. They were all like 24, 25. And they each, it was a boy and a girl, a boy and a boy, and me and a gay boy. And he had gay voice. And I know you hate that.
I don't hate it.
Well, for you.
Wait for me.
Like when you date someone and they have gay voice.
If I think they're if they're masquerading as a straight cis man and they have gay twang,
You're not
it's off-putting.
Yeah, it's not issue. I thought it was off-putting to me too till that night, and I was like, "Oh,
Was he masquerading as a straight man?
No, that was a gay. He was a gay boy.
Okay, thank you though.
Gay
But
boy.
that's how it matches.
Yeah,
If
so
it's a gay man. If it's a straight man,
I was very much into it, but the gay boys that I've been with before that I've dated, but was on a multiple
are very
dates with,
masked.
have
More
been
masked.
Yeah, more masked. So that was the first one. I was like, "Oh, you are a gay boy. Like you were a gay boy." Then this other guy, his name is I always remember his name is Dennis Jimenez. Because it sounds like Dennis the Menace. And we had a wonderful night together, and we still follow each other on Instagram, and he's like a band teacher, and he's so cute. I think he literally lives in Concord, like, and is a band teacher at high school.
I'm shook.
You might know him.
Shook it.
Yeah. So he was a straight up gay man. Like, just didn't question being attracted to me.
Right.
And regardless, usually if I don't have makeup on, that's when I attract the most straight men, and when I do have makeup on, that's when I attract a lot of gay men. I don't know why, but I don't look like this every day. Usually, I look like a normal person in sweatpants with my hair up in a bun, and I've had this long hair since way before I fucking transitioned, like years. So in my mind, I'm like, it's not impossible.
You did,
yeah, it's not impossible for a gay man to be attracted to me. You know what I mean? So it's not weird. It's not weird. Then I'm like, we're so close, but I know I haven't been in a cute young relationship in a long time. And I just love the idea of like getting to know someone just like laying on their bed and hanging out in their bedroom, or like being
that's
with
not
them.
a cute young relationship. I want to take that out right now. That's a relationship.
But being with them when they're like getting like yappy, or getting like pissy, like a little like they're like you're annoying them or something, like you know what I mean, like the cute little romantic stuff that's like you would only see if you were dating someone, that like a different part of their personality comes out. And I'm most intrigued, like I just would love to see that part of Carl, like what he is like when he's in a relationship, because I feel like he would be so adorable, and he would be so annoyed with me, and I think that would be so fun. And I know I'm really fun and really sweet when I'm in a relationship, so I haven't been able to like have that like, oh, I'm in a relationship, I'm stiff, I do that. And I only really get that from a man, usually from Nestor. He's pretty fucking sappy with me. But he
No, I was just thinking about that when you said, I was like, since we've been together, we really haven't been in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know.
It makes a lot of sense, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe to the rest of us it doesn't, but
And then I'm
it's around
like with Jerry.
We have been with people though.
Well, yeah, I had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yes. With Jerry, I'm looking back on Jerry being like, oh, I hate that fucking straight man. Like, ew, I'm not attracted to straight men anymore. Like, I know they gross me out. Like,
I mean, we've all done it. We've all done it and like let each other do it just to do it and gone, listen, if it's making you happy right now, I'm not going to stop you. Do I think this is what's best for you? More so
dating for a certain person. Yeah.
Yes, more so you looking at me having done it again and again and again and again, like you're blue in the face, you're like, girl, stop. But I'm also let you do it, which is why like I wasn't gonna fucking put my foot down this issue. But I think that's like hearing this all, plus probably the viewers are like, okay, so when are you gonna tell them and how? Because like,
so
I think
what you said,
I think that the delivery of how whatever you're gonna do is very important.
What you said that I thought was so cute, like when we were talking about it, you were like, oh, I approve, like I ship it.
I ship it.
You guys,
of course.
You guys would be so cute together. Like he's a great guy. Like I ship it. And I'm like, I ship it too. Like,
he's a great person.
Like I ship it. Do I want to have this like serious combo where he has to say either way? Like,
Or are you
Yes,
really
I've
willing
doubted,
to
or no, I
risk
don't.
it? Are you
Like,
really willing to risk
No, I
it?
don't know. Like,
I know.
I'm not willing to risk the friendship because I don't think the friendship would fall apart. I think I could literally look at him and be like, I want to date you. You want to try it? And he would be like, yes or no. And I don't think either way it would be an issue with the friendship. I more
Agreed.
think like, do I really want the like what the better outcome? Like the better outcome would be like what? We start dating? Like,
Well, I did say, I broke it down. I said there's 1 of 3 outcomes. You date, and it works out. Y'all live happily ever after. You date, it doesn't work out. You figure out how to continue on as friends, which I think he could do.
yeah.
And I think those are the 2 viable options. So to me, the odds are really 50-50.
I feel like he's
Or
been-
there is a third option, which is you tell him all this, he freaks out, or not freaks out, but is
No,
weirded
no.
out, but there's like no continuation. I don't think it would go route 3. I think it would go 1 of 2 ways, that's why I said, when you really look at all the options, it really is 50-50. Those are
Yeah.
good odds. Those are good odds. In a gambling
get it,
world, those are
yeah.
great odds. You might as well risk it.
Yeah.
I ship it.
It's in the gaming world. Oh, and I this is where he'll get mad at me, but we're talking about sexualities, right?
Okay.
And what I find really endearing about him is that he's a side, which I'm not going to elaborate too much for the pod, but there's in the gay world, right? There's tops, there's bottoms, and there's sides. And I know your gears are turning, but I don't know if I should get any more. If everyone at home would understand what I'm talking
Are you
about.
saying verse? Is that a different word?
No,
Okay.
first would be someone who tops and bottoms.
Right.
A side would be someone that does right everything but.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to me that's so
Everything.
endearing.
Everything. But.
But everything but.
But.
So I'm just like, I'm like, I want to be a side. Like, how cute is that? Like, I was telling Shanti about it, and I go, he's like my little side quest. Back to the role playing.
Yeah, gaming gone too far. Gaming fucking.
Look, I don't know if
You don't want to be a side bitch. Don't.
I want to be. I
Not
know
a side bitch. You don't want to be a side, comma.
And-
What? Comma, bitch. You don't want
I
to be a
wanna be
side,
a
comma,
side.
bitch. No, you do not. You
I
do
mean,
not
I would
want to
try
be a
anything.
side, comma, bitch. You
I've never
don't.
been a side, so I would try it. Like, I think it's sweet.
Okay.
Like, what's wrong with trying new things, right?
Is side not butt stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. We keep saying side, so then I'm thinking like, is this like a third and a throuple, or like a pass around party?
So that's another point. Is
Okay.
Seattle is very polyamorous. Okay. When I tell you, like,
We're back.
we're keeping all that in. When I tell you,
I didn't know.
when I tell you,
You have to decide, comma, bitch.
everyone in that area,
It's true. It's true. A woman I work with. I told you how on Mother's Day, she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh I knew my daughter was in a throuple, but I had only met the boyfriend."
Yeah.
On Mother's Day, she's like, "Oh, Mom, do you want to read the rest of my throuple?" Pulls the girlfriend in my camera, and I don't know why, but to me, the way she said it was she didn't realize it was girl, girl, boy. I think she thought it was boy, boy, girl. And so she was like, "Oh, 2 boyfriends," but then realized, "Oh no, she has a girlfriend." And then it was like a whole thing. Not that she cared, but it was like, oh, kind of just wrapping around with the other angle of that.
Right. It's it's very real and it's
Yeah.
very present.
It
It's
is, yeah.
everybody there, and it's every single man and woman there. Like they are.
But
like
I
that.
honestly,
And we're sitting at the bar at Cece's.
it seems so supportive.
We see a couple, and then another person walks up, and they both start touching it. And I'm talking to Daniel and Carl. And I'm like, am I getting a front row view of like what Seattle is like? And it's like, get a good look, honey. This is this is poly world. Like, and I was like, oh my god.
I would be into it. If that were me, I'd be like, I'm a Polly Pocket.
I'm a Polly Pocket. But what also was endearing about him is that he, like, through thick and thin, wants to be monogamous. And I think that I know, like, the bar is in hell, so it's like,
Hot.
oh my god, yeah, like, oh, I think a man wants to be
A
monogamous.
man saying,
Like,
I want to be
how
monogamous to
hot.
your face, I'd be like,
how sad though that's what we have to be get that we're attracted to that.
fuck
Why can't
is in.
in chill? But I don't like that's cute too.
Okay, so
But I would let him be with whoever if he wanted
Okay,
to explore,
so-
he could be with other people. I'm not going to be with other people.
here we are. We're having this conversation.
I know the audience at home wants to know how I'm going to do it.
No,
They want me to come
not
back.
necessarily how, but like, okay, so
He's going to call me after he watches this.
in your mind.
I'm going to text him and I'm going to say,
You're
I'm
gonna send
so
him the
sorry about the podcast.
You're gonna send him like
We're going to have to have a conversation about it after this podcast, right?
I think you should say.
Because in my mind, I would just let it go and I would let the
think you
feelings
should say.
stay.
Here
I
is a-
can now.
Hey, our podcast is back. Here is the new link. It also has a video feed now.
No, he'll find it.
No, I think that's what I'm saying is that I think you should just send it and be like, when you're done watching, call me. I'd love to have a conversation.
I would never say anything like that. If he wants to call me, he can call me. I'm sure he has to consider it. He has to process it too. Because what if he's like, damn, I can't even have a friend out here.
But that's what I mean. You're like just dumping it on him, no warning, and being like, process this all. And
It's
like,
not no warning. It's like an hour-long podcast.
that's no warning.
How is that no warning?
That's no warning to
No warning is calling him, being like, I'm in love with you. Respond.
no warning is him finding the new podcast app, watching it, being like, oh, the girls are back, watching it.
No,
Like,
I'm going to text him before he watches it.
oh
Like,
my
I'll
god,
text
this is
him
all
before he
about.
watches
That's
it.
what I said. Send
But
him
I'm not going to
that.
send him the link. He follows all my stuff. He'll see him.
But he doesn't know the entire episode of the story you want him, and then to start watching.
No, I'm going to say I'm sorry about the new episode. That
Why are you gonna apologize? Don't apologize for it. I think you should say,
this is, okay, the podcast is about my life.
Call
I
me
have to
when-
talk about my life.
call me when this is over.
No.
When you watch, I know you're gonna watch it in pod up. Call me when it's over.
Look, best case scenario, he calls me whenever he wants and says, I want to try it.
And what if he doesn't call you? And what if you never?
Then we never talk again.
Oh God, I don't know that. I think he deserves a warning.
this.
I think he deserves a warning.
What are you talking about? The warning?
Text him
There's a
going,
podcast coming out?
No, you click post. It
I
goes
told you I
live.
was going to do that.
Then right after you click post, you text him,
I told you I was going to do that.
hey, new pod up is live. I think you should listen to it. When you're done, if you want to have a conversation, just acknowledging you're about to like go listen to an hour plus long of us talking about.
I guess. Fine.
If
We'll do it
I started
together.
listening to something and like didn't know it was about me, and then like started listening to it, I'd be like, whoa, the entire.
Well,
fucking-
I'll say it's about you. I'll be like, you're so vain. You think this pod is about you.
It was off Power Up, or is it? She's like Bussy.
This is about Carl the
Is the title of
Fog.
the app? Is the title of the app? Erica has a crush, aka she did Bussy, aka you're so vain, but you think this pod is about you.
Yeah.
It's probably all of the above, but I think that he deserves. Like, I think
I told you I
think he
would.
deserves for you to say
That I'm open to talk.
no. I think you want to listen to this. I just want
I
to
told you I was telling him.
right. Not just tell him, but like I think that you need to say, acknowledge him in some kind of wording. I don't know what it is,
But-
you need to know I'm gonna talk about you on this episode. So don't be surprised. Because if it were me and I was outside of this circle or whatever, and you and Shanti post a pod up and I'm some boy in Seattle and I start listening to it thinking it's gonna be rah rah funny, and just keep bitches kikiing like they always do, and then I'm 10 minutes in and start hearing about my whole trip with someone, I'd be like, whoa, you couldn't even fucking give me a warning?
Why
Like,
wouldn't I warn him? I don't. Yeah. Why
that's
why
what
are
I'm
we
saying.
talking about
That's what
that?
I think it needs to just, he needs to
Obviously,
know.
I'm gonna warn him. I'm not a crazy person.
Yeah.
I
I want it to go the best for you. I want the best
I'm
outcome.
just a person with feelings. So now I'm like, oh, like I was like, also, who controls the media controls the mind. I see these trans girls on TikTok. They're talking to each other, and I'm talking like trans women. They're like, when the trade is a gay man, so suddenly you're like, no, don't worry, babe. Like I'm she they. Like I want to change my pronouns in my bio. She they. I'm like, bitches do it all the time. It doesn't mean anything to that.
I maybe they're bad too much champagne to understand that, but okay. What would that do?
That means that people, like, without
Oh,
saying
maybe
too
I'm
much about the ex-boyfriend was he they.
I'm so confused. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm an ally. I don't lie an ally, but I genuinely.
I don't put the lie, Alex. So
She does.
So you
Just so y'all know.
I do.
You with a fucking liar ass
Lie.
bitch and ally.
I'm a fucking yeah.
Liar and ally.
I'm a performative activist.
Oh,
that's for sure.
The most.
Yeah.
We say it all the time. It's not just me. Not even me. All of
No,
your friends
you're
say it.
actually the
You
one.
with the fucking lie and ally.
I do.
Well, rightly so though.
Yeah, look, I'm pissed.
How it applies to me and the people. Anyways, all right. Well,
I've been doing that.
let's say less.
When you're non-binary, usually your pronouns are they them. Okay, when you're whatever. I hate saying cisgender. I'll never call anyone cis, but when they're you're the gender that if you're a man or a woman, if you're a man or a woman, you call yourself she, her, or he, him. So when you're non-binary to the point, let's say you were born male,
okay,
like me, and you transition, but you don't do hormones, you don't really look like a woman, you don't act like a woman, really, you don't dress like a woman, but you still feel very like feminine and you want to present as like sometimes girl. That they would call that like trans femme. So that would be instead of she, her, which is what me, she, her, they would call them she, they.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, this is very helpful.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. And so a lot of people that want to feel like the X.
Wait, so go back. Okay, so if you were that and you were she they,
let's say if I was
but then
she
he they is then
would be a woman like you transitioning to
FTM,
a man, but
FTM.
but let's say you look like this. You look like this. You have your long hair, your boobs out, like you curvy, like giving body, giving gorgeous. But you feel like a man sometimes, or you feel masculine. So you would want to
all the time, but I'm not gonna get there. I don't. I'm trying.
Let's not go there.
Or
Let's okay.
I think that's a lot of women.
What
We
am
are
I
forced
unlocking
into
here?
it. We are
Yeah.
forced into it because no men are here to help.
What am I unlocking here? So you could go by he they if you want to present that way, or you can go by she they. So you sometimes you're she and sometimes you feel genderless. Sometimes you feel she or they.
I wish I felt genderless. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of women would be like, bitch,
A lot of women. It's a lot of women. Yeah. It's a lot of women.
But
I mean, that's real. That's really real.
here we are. Okay. Thank you for the explanation
So the
because I
boyfriend-
genuinely wanted to understand.
The
Okay,
ex-boyfriend is mask presenting, looks like a man, acts like a man. The pronouns in his bio are he, they.
And sex assigned at birth is
Male.
okay.
Looks like a male, acts like a male, quacks like a duck.
That
walks
was
like a duck.
that was my clarification.
But in Seattle, right, you go there, you start feeling like, oh, gender is a social construct. You know what I mean? Like you really start feeling that way, honestly. There's something in the
Just
teacher's
support it,
sound.
yeah.
Like there's the little water they're drinking. Like so technically Carl was dating a non-binary person.
Was it them or he they?
He they.
Okay.
Which is still a non-binary person.
True.
So in my mind, I'm like, okay, so what's so bad about I could be she they. Like Dylan Mulvaney, Dylan Mulvaney, her pronouns are she they.
Okay. I know of her, but I don't know enough to like really get the context. But okay. It's
It
more
is
than
what
be
it
she
is.
they, mama be she they. But I think you're she her.
It's not that I want to be she they. I'm just saying, but I will make it
In my
easier on him.
mind, the
If he comes to
second-
me and he goes, I'll date you, but I want you to.
No, absolutely not. Don't even pretend that's so
He would
dumb.
never.
That is so also very dumb.
He would never.
But not even in my mind, but like the way life happened. And I also kind of love the way you did it, which we were talking about today, which also kind of hallmarks or bookmarks in some way the evolution of this podcast.
Yeah.
Which we realized you were masquerading to people that it was far sooner than it was, which is great. I don't care. But we realized it was like 2018 to 2019 on New Year's. But I think that is so wise.
2019, I transitioned 2019. Yeah.
No, 18 to 19.
Well, 2019, day one, January 1st.
You left December 31st, 2018
Oh, man.
and awoke. And I think that is so smart because how we chronologicalize things.
Yeah, I got lucky.
You were she, her far before then. I would call you hey girl, whatever, far before
Brad
that.
would always call me Erica.
Well,
Brad had been calling me Erica for years.
okay, and God bless him. May he rest in peace.
God bless him.
But in my mind, there is something about that changeover, whether it's chronologically or just the moment in time, a moment like this Kelly Clarkson, where like, and I say this all the time, and I don't want you to think it was really lost on me what was happening in front of us. We went shopping. We went and got a dress. We went and put you, and the pictures we have of that are like some of my favorite pictures.
Those are so good.
But to me, in my mind, I did not know what was happening. Maybe I was in denial. Maybe I just didn't put two and two together. But when it happened, I was like, I took a step back and went, oh, like it was not I was not 2 + 2 = 4 for very long. But when it happened and it was over, it was like, oh, and then it was done.
That's what Cassidy said too.
You sort of like snuck it past the
Cassidy called her mom, and she told me, he called her mom and said, I think Erica is going to transition. And her mom goes,
Oh, I didn't even see it. I didn't even know.
And then, but it was just so natural for everyone. Because it doesn't, literally, I know this is so played out for me to fucking say, but like, really, I really don't feel like I transitioned. And it's not that I felt like I've been a woman my whole life. I really feel like I was exactly who I was in exact every moment that I've been.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like I don't,
No, that's so true.
Yeah.
As someone who watched it happen,
Yeah.
as
I'm not like
understood-
denying, I'm also not the person to be like, I was a woman since I was born and y'all just didn't catch up. Like, no.
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 And as someone who has known when you even saw a gay man in mainstream television, and
Yeah.
knew, and like as someone
Really
who
related.
as someone who stood on the sidelines while it all happened, I didn't even know it was happening. But then one day, you snuck it past us as I'm gonna do this on this night, like it was a one-time
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I did.
And then
sneak
you're
it
like,
past you.
I
Boom. Happy New Year,
transitioned, and I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? We all got bamboozled, but it was the best bamboozlement of my life, and I will forever live for it. It was very like,
I did bamboozle.
and I was
And you
into
were very
it.
supportive.
Oh,
love you. Thank
I
you.
was like, hearing,
You had so much fun.
I was so excited.
I had a great time with
I
you.
got to have a baby sister for once in
Yeah,
my life,
you
and it
killed
was
it.
like, boom, done. And then I was like, wait,
You did
this
such
is
a good job.
forever. Wait, what the fuck? And then I was like, okay, if you like right in there, and I was like, wait,
So we've been yapping.
the fact that I didn't even see it coming was great.
We probably have to wrap it up, right?
Been done. If we put a commercial on this, it's going to be 3 hours.
Yeah, so this is
Can't
what
look
we'll
my
do.
phone.
This is what we'll say.
Okay.
Also, did you notice I'm giving challengers today?
Never seen it, but I heard it is
It's a
straight girl and two
fucking-
twink boys.
A straight boy seducing a gay man. A straight.
Oh no,
woman-
I heard it was a straight girl and two twinks.
Yeah, a straight woman seducing two gay boys.
We still haven't even seen Dune 2, bitch.
Who controls the
on, one-
media controls the
One
mind.
Zendaya movie at a time.
No, and Kylie gave me I was telling this to her, who I was laughing about it with. I was like, Kylie gave me the go ahead that we're dating twunks. We're dating.
Oh,
twunks.
was that? Oh, okay.
We're dating twunks. We're
Oh.
dating.
Oh.
We're dating young men who are boyish but are masculine.
Oh, I might have changed that to them. Okay.
Oh, I can't wait to hear all about it.
Okay.
We're dating boyish men,
Work.
but men.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Not boyish men.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
I
you
literally,
get
that's
it.
why I was like, wait. I think I'm literally doing that too. Oh, maybe that is the vibe.
It's the vibe.
Taurus Kazimi.
I
Okay.
feel like this week the gag is we're dating boyish men.
No, the gag has been for some things this whole.
I know, the gag is so many things. Okay, so look, at the end of the day, follow us on Instagram.
Work.
Mine is It's Erica Madera, ITSERICA
She forgot her handle.
Camille's is
At Camille Lane, CAMILE XLAINE. Rate us 5 stars on iTunes Podcast, but I think most people get their podcast on Spotify and other platforms now. So
Yeah.
please go on Spotify, follow us,
Rate us
rate us.
5 stars.
I don't give a shit on Spotify. So who knows?
No, I don't know. Well, rate us 5 stars on Apple
Fuck
Podcast.
follow
Then
us. Yeah.
follow us on the Gag Is podcast
Comment.
on Instagram. You already said that. Follow my YouTube channel. It's just Erica
Which is
Madera.
why this is getting posted because we want to drive the content.
This will be here. So if you're listening to us on audio, find the video version on Erica Madera's YouTube channel. That's me. Subscribe there. We do have a greeting card company.
Do
So maybe we should we talk about it real quick?
real quick. I got this beautiful Brandon Stanley for my birthday last year, which was like a complete shock, and I was I love this thing. It lives on my nightstand table. I only drink all my watermelon out of this. Is our little thing. We have sold our cards locally, and we also are on Etsy.
So tell them the
It's
name.
fucking adorable. It's Happy Your Birthday, which is cards for mom for any day of the year, because we should be celebrating moms 365 days a year, not just Mother's Day. But they do everything for us, and we can never live without them.
The pun is, you go to the baby's birthday, right? And the mom is the one doing everything. The mom is running around making sure their 2-year-old's birthday is going seamlessly. They have no time to celebrate themselves. When really, we should be celebrating the mom. The mom is the reason all of this life is happening. So you know what? We want to start a new movement where we bring a gift for the mom on the kids' birthdays. And we could say to her, happy you gave birthday. It's way past Mother's Day.
No.
It's way, we're done doing it one time a year.
Yeah.
These moms need recognition all the time.
Do it Mother's Day, Christmas, their birthday, the kid's birthday, Mother's Day, Easter,
Labor Day,
all the days,
4th of July,
Day, whatever day.
So you can go on our website. It's happyyougaveBirthday.com. We're going to put some of the cards on the screen. We don't have them with us. Next episode, we'll have the cards with us. We'll put the cards on the screen. They're really cute. They're really funny. They're really kitschy. Some of them, like our Key Netted in You one, is a crowd favorite.
It's like a new, it's like not a mom yet, new mom.
Yeah.
Expectant mothers.
Expectant.
And you go with right principal, son of your baby.
Yeah, period. So if you know any moms in your life, or you know any expectant moms in your life, you're going to want to check us out on Etsy. We'll do a better commercial next time. I think we just got too excited because we haven't done this in so long.
We're gonna put it in here.
We're too excited. Oh my God. The Gag Is podcast. Okay.
She's back.
Subscribe to the podcast. That's the most important thing.
Ding.
Okay. Love you guys. Love you, Camille.
I love you.
We did it.
I'm no superhero.